We've got flags and banners, and if you mind your manners, we might even get to standards and what they represent. So just take my voice's hand and we'll both try to understand how this Vexillologic podcast could be flagged for content. Flagged for content. Hello, everybody. And welcome to episode 0 of Flagged for Content. My name is Andy Richardson, and I will be your faithful guide on this vexillologic journey that we are about to undertake. I am super excited to get this show going. I've had it kind of kicking around in the old brain for the better part of a few months now. I guess like probably since around Christmas of 2021. And yeah, so just a couple shout outs. One, shout out to my dad, my father, who gave me the idea for this podcast because I was sitting around wondering, I want to do a new one. I want to do something different that not everyone's out there doing, but something that I know a lot about. And most of the stuff that I know a lot about, I learned from podcasts. So there are definitely people doing those things. So anyway, he helped me kind of figure out a niche. We'll see how this goes, but in any case, I am pretty excited for it. And a shout out to the What's It Called Discord. If you're not familiar with What's It Called, it is an amazing podcast that you should be listening to with Dave Ross and Caleb Synan, where they basically take stuff, everyday stuff, brands, corporations, whatever, and rename it. And they have a cool thread in their Discord where, people like me and you can come and say, hey, I've got this thing that needs renamed. And then pretty much everyone on the Discord is like on it, like instantly helping out with names for things. So even more specific than that, I wanted to thank Crete from the Discord. And you can find Crete on all the social medias at Loki Hates You. Loki, like Loki, like from Thor and Norse mythology. Anyway, thanks Crete / Loki Hates You. That was a huge get for me. And really kind of allowed me to write the theme song as well. Off the strength of that title. So yeah, big thanks to Crete / Loki Hates You. Go give them a follow as well. And while you're following things, while you're already on social media, give us a follow. I set up some social media accounts on Instagram and Twitter for this podcast, and that's going to be at flagged4 content on both. And we've already started to get a little bit of engagement on the Instagram, even though I'm still kind of like teasing, the episodes haven't come out or in fact been recorded yet. But getting a little bit of engagement, just following flag people, vexillology people on there. They've followed me back, and I've been doing like a couple flag guessing games, so I'll post a few of those every once in a while from flags that I personally own. And those will go on the Instagram, maybe on the Twitter as well. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, super encouraged by the early participation from, I guess early fans, early followers in any case. So yeah, you may be asking yourself, what exactly are we going to do on this podcast? And that's a good question that we're going to figure out together. But basically, I am a flag enthusiast. I don't have any kind of degree, certification, anything like that. As far as, I don't know if you can get a degree, probably a certification or two. As far as vexillology, which is the study of flags, which you may have guessed or already known coming in. But I have been a longtime enthusiast. I remember picking up my Atlas of the World when I was, I think, like 10 or 12, somewhere in there. Definitely not 11. And just flipping through it and flipping through, okay, this is the flag of that place. This is how I'll remember that, et cetera, et cetera. To the point where if you give me a world flag, like a country's flag, I can probably tell you where it is. Some of the islands are a little bit tougher for me, but I'm getting there. In any case, so just always been an enthusiast. And I had this other podcast called In Chaos We Trust, that you can still listen to. It's up everywhere. We're not recording new ones at this point, except for maybe a couple specials at certain points. And I had gotten into kind of just doing history deep dives near the end of its run with Ukraine, Belarus, Transnistria, Kaliningrad / Königsberg. And I thought, I really like this format. I would like to do something with flags that I know about and kind of weave in the history of the flag, everything that goes behind it, the history of the country, because that's obviously intertwined in most cases. And yeah, so that's kind of how this was born, was just a merging of several ideas, I guess you could say. So that's what we're going to do. And I will have a guest on each week that does not know which flag we're going to be covering coming into it. I kind of want to leave them in the dark a little bit. And I will relate the story of the flag to them. I may even keep them guessing through the first part of the intro. We'll see. But I've got the first couple guests lined up. I believe that we are going to be releasing this every 2 weeks instead of every week, just due to some other projects that I have in the works, things like that. But yeah, that depends on interest as well. If there is a lot of interest in this, and I can actually lock down guests and a comfortable recording schedule, because I will be doing all the writing, recording, editing, pretty much from start to finish. So that takes a little bit out of you. But I am excited to get started on it. And I hope you guys are too. I will set up a Discord probably around the time you're listening to this, so that we can have discussions in there. You guys can ask me any questions you may have, maybe give ideas for upcoming episodes, things like that. I imagine that most of the guests that I get on will also join at some point as well, so you can probably ask them some questions. I know that our first guest is an avid Discord user, so I assume we can get him in there too. But yeah, I guess not a whole lot else to say for right now, other than just kind of keep, quote unquote, watching this space. And I will come up with some kind of regular recording schedule and release schedule. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be now, but I am planning to release these on a Thursday or Friday. So you guys can just have like a little hour-long snippet or so to go into your weekend with, having learned a little bit about a flag. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, and I will leave it there for today. I was going to give a spoiler as to what episode 1 is going to be, but then our guest might hear that, and that might be a problem for me. So you guys will go in blind as he will. So yeah. But in any case, I'm very excited for this. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for following us on social media. If you have already, if not, go ahead and do that. That'll help just kind of synchronize everything a little bit. And I will talk to you guys here in, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks. We'll see. Anyway, thank you. This has been Flagged for Content.